I went celibate for like.
Limit to you, and I'm catching feelings, baby. You can be free, you can be free. I just keep me satisfied.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Taron Andrea. If you didn't know, for all of y'all that are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in to my video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about 22 things that I learned in 2022. 2022 and towards like the end of 2021 going into 2022 has been so freaking eye-opening to me. My mental has changed, my friendships have changed, how I view friendships and how I view relationships have changed. A lot of things have changed. Taking time to myself, learning about myself, learning about life, learning about, you know, everything that revolves around it. Going into adulthood in the middle of a pandemic, learned a lot of stuff, so I just want to share with you guys what I learned. Hopefully it can help and inspire some of y'all do better going into 2023, because
This year, we can't be playing no games.
it's like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a 2000s baby, so all of y'all that can relate, we about to be 23 next year. We about to be in our Jordan year, and you know, we gotta have something to show for it. We gotta be doing something. We gotta be doing something. Without further ado, I'm gonna stop talking and we're gonna get right into the video. So the first thing that I learned in 2022 is to give yourself grace. It is very important to give yourself grace because we have to remember, we are human. We are going to mess up. Sometimes it'll be worse than others. Other times it may not be as bad. But you have to give yourself grace, especially if you know that you tried your best and you tried your hardest to do whatever needed to be done or whatever you're trying to chase after. Being hard on yourself doesn't do anything but complicate the situation even more. It makes you feel even worse about yourself. You lack confidence, you lack joy, you lack happiness. It brings you into a depression. So it's just very important not to be too hard on yourself. It's good to be assertive. I think that's a better word to describe it. You know, analyze what you did wrong, analyze what you could have did better, but give yourself grace that it happened and take every moment as a learning experience, you guys. The second thing that I learned in 2022 is to take time to be celibate and to be sober. Yes, I said celibate and sober. It is possible, people. It is possible to be celibate and sober. I went celibate for like...
I went celibate for like.
almost a year or a year. I don't know. It was somewhere close to a year. In that moment, it just wasn't like I was just not having sex and, you know, just still going about life and just doing it. No. I think being celibate is important because, you know, you have sex, you know, soul ties, you connect with people, you start picking up on their energy, their emotions. I 100% believe in all that because it happened to me. It's very important to take time to be celibate, to get to know yourself, to take time for yourself, to figure yourself out without having the distractions of somebody else's spirit or the connection of somebody else's spirit upon you.
To all my girlies out there,
I know we all want to be city girls. I know. But it is important that we take time to put the alcohol down, put the weed down. Trust me, I know.
I'm a stoner.
Boy, if you don't.
No, but for real though, not being in your right mind, having sex, that's just not really conducive to your mental state sometimes. In my opinion, it could definitely screw it up. You know, you ever realize you've been partying a lot, you've been smoking a lot, you've been, you know, been on your city girl business, yeah, and you know, life is just not as happy, or it just gets old after a while. It's just like, you need that time. It was hard, it was tempting, but it is possible. Don't let nobody tell you that being celibate and being sober is impossible. Now, I'm not saying you gotta do it forever. To each his own, what they do and how they do it. It don't gotta be forever. It's okay to take maybe 3 months or 6 months or even a whole year. If you could do that, then do that. However much time, just take some time away, like, from all of that. My third point, it kind of connects to the celibate and sober aspect. Social media cleanse. Get off Instagram, get off TikTok. Do not make that the first thing that you look at in the morning. think about your day. Think about how productive you're going to be in the day. You know, for me, journal. Get into your devotionals if you are Christian, or, you know, whatever you practice. Read your word, read your Bibles, read whatever you read. You know, fill your mind with positivity. You know, even if you just go on YouTube and you just type in, I don't know, gospel music, or, you know, uplifting music, motivational speaking, I don't know. Filling your mind every morning when you wake up with TikTok, YouTube, and a whole bunch of garbage and a bunch of nonsense with celebrities that you don't even know and that don't even care about you. It's crazy. Once I did that, I did so much better. Like, I got up and went to the gym. I started being more productive. I started cooking breakfast. I started to grow discipline, and that is very important. Take a social media break. It won't kill you, and it's all gonna be there. It's all still gonna be talked about. And 9 times out of 10, if you have friends and you going to school and you go to work, you're gonna hear about it through the grapevines anyway, so it don't even matter.
Hi guys, this is future Taron, editing Taron. I just wanted to let y'all know that I do know that after this point, my lessons don't match up with what I'm saying. So if I'm saying, oh, in 2022, this is the thing that I learned, don't pay attention to that. Just don't pay attention to it. I am aware that they are messed up. Just keep enjoying the video. And also, I am so sorry for not looking in the camera while I'm talking to y'all. I'm not used to looking like dead in the camera like I am right now. I'm used to looking at myself when I talk. So yeah, ignore that too. So yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a quick little disclaimer. I hope y'all enjoying the video, and let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Bye.
My third point is to learn to be self-aware and to take accountability. I cannot stress this enough. We are getting older. I'm talking to my older people, like my maybe in my 20s. We're gonna say my in my 20 girlies and in my 20 boys.
It was at this moment that he knew.
That's not a word. We gotta learn how to start being self-aware. That's the only way that growth is going to happen. That goes into taking time to yourself. Like, you have to sit there and you have to reflect. As hard as it may be, as much as you don't want to do it, you need to be self-aware. You need to understand the things that you're doing, why you're doing them. You need to, because it's 10 times worse when somebody comes up to you and try to tell you about yourself.
No ma'am, no ma'am.
I had that too many times, and you know, I got tired of getting embarrassed. Like, no. And it's important to be self-aware because you need to change those behaviors. We are in the age now, my 20-year-olds, where we need to decide what type of person we're going to be in this world that is doing us terribly dirty. Definitely address traumas, childhood traumas, parental traumas, you know, toxic mothers, absent fathers. Address all of that stuff, but don't always let that be an excuse for why you act the way you do. At some point in time, you have to change that behavior. You have to heal from that, and you have to just move on and become a better person, or people will not want to be around you. People will not want to tolerate you.
You're just gonna be, you know, it's not gonna be giving you. It's not gonna be giving you at all.
The fourth thing that we're going to talk about that I learned in 2022 is to establish a connection with God. Now, I know everybody, you know, may not believe in God or are religious or anything like that. So if that's not your thing, you can, you know, click past this little section. But yes, for all my Christians, or even if you're not Christian, if you are whatever faith you believe in, whoever you pray to,
Girl, what the
it is important to establish a relationship with God. That has done wonders for me. That has done wonders for me. Let me tell y'all something. The Lord had to sit me flat down on my behind. Yes, he did. And I ain't have no choice but to go to him. Yeah. And it was hard. It was challenging, but it was definitely bearable. Things happen, doors open, you know, all of that. And, you know, I'm still a work in progress. My routine with, you know, waking up at 5 a.m., doing my devotionals, listening to my sermons every Sunday, going to the gym. Establishing and creating a relationship with God will open so many doors. So many doors. And don't do it when you're at your lowest point. Just always have that good connection with God, and, you know, stay prayed up all the time, because this world is crazy. We're in the middle of like a pandemic, and new things keep happening every day. Weird things keep happening every day. So it is important to stay prayed up. You know, life is very short. 2022 has definitely showed us that life is short and can be taken away from you at any moment. So yes, being prayed up, number one thing. The fifth thing that I learned in 2022 is to journal. I think it is important to journal at least once a day, however you feel you need to journal. What I did this year is I have so many journals, y'all. I have my journals for Bible study. I have my personal journals. I have journals everywhere. What I will say is I like to keep, for some odd reason, and this is just me, I like to keep my Bible study journal like separate from my prompt slash like freestyle writing journal. And when I say prompt, you can go on Google and you can type in any type of journal prompts you want. Personal journal prompts, you can do traumatic journal prompts. The whole point of journaling and getting these prompts is for you to be honest with yourself when you write. If you're not gonna be honest with yourself, then don't journal. There's no point. If you had a bad day, pick up your journal and write it down. Once you're done and once you release all that emotion through paper, it feels so much better. You know, do whatever you gotta do when you journal. If you gotta cry, if you gotta scream, you know, if you gotta do whatever, let all of those emotions out and just be honest, because it feels better. You don't have to harbor in all of those negative emotions. The sixth thing that I learned in 2022 is isolating yourself for growth and healing. We talked about, you know, deleting social media. We talked about, you know, being celibate and being sober. When I say isolate, I mean, you know, sometimes you may gotta step back away from your friends too, like not even just relationships. Like you gotta be your platonic relationships, you may have to step away from those too to get yourself together. You know, at some point in time you gotta be private. You know, everybody can't, how you feel, everybody's not gonna feel or get or understand. And in my personal opinion, in my experience, you know, that frustrated me even more, and it made me look at everybody else like, how do you not know what I'm saying? Like, or you know, it just frustrated me with them. So it was just like, sometimes step back away from your friends and just be to yourself, have your own thoughts. You know, don't ask anybody for their opinion. I used to be very big on that, and sometimes I am in certain situations, because sometimes it is important to get opinions so you can get different perspectives. To me, it got too jumbled up in my head. Like, you know, it was too many people telling me too many different things. I was believing what I wanted to believe, and it was just too much. So I had to isolate myself. I had to walk away, you know, even from your parents, your family. Isolate yourself from them too. And I don't mean isolate in a bad way. I mean isolate for, like I said, for healing and for growing, and take that time and take it seriously. You know, don't just be isolating to be an asshole. You know, isolate and do what you have to do. Do the shadow work. And you know, I feel like that's what our generation is lacking a lot. People do not want to do the shadow work, and they're complacent, and they're terrible, nasty, bad behaviors. And I'm all about breaking generational curses over here. I'm trying to do things differently than how my family did it, than how my parents did it, the whole 9 yards. And take as much time as you need. Don't let nobody make you feel bad, like, because you ain't calling them, because you ain't texting them. Listen, your inner self, healing yourself, making yourself better, elevating your mindset, that's more important than what any text message, any parent, any friend, any link up, any is way more important than that. So do your shadow work. The seventh thing that I learned in 2022 is that it is so important to work out and to take care of your body. I have started my fitness journey maybe like 2 or 3 times this year. But the final time, or this time I should basically say, I've been doing good. You know, the girl then lost 20 pounds since July. You know, talk to me nice. During my time of building my relationship with God, I fasted. I believe it's called I think I did the Daniel fast. That's strictly fruits, vegetables, all natural, nothing, no sugars, no none of that. So that was a journey. That was something. Going to the gym every day at 5 a.m. I was losing weight. I was toning up a little bit. I got to get back into my healthy eating habits. But Don't be like me, y'all. We're learning. This is why it's called the 22 things that we learned in 2022. And what I learned is we need to take care of our bodies. It works. It works. Like, y'all, my clothes starting to fit different. They're either fitting how they're supposed to, or they're just getting completely loose. Like, I'm just completely out of it. So the girl is getting small. The girl is getting small. I just gotta go to the gym and start lifting weights. I gotta stop playing. But yes, y'all, the 8th thing. So it is okay to cry. You know, sometimes you may need to just come home and you just may need to cry. Crying feels so good. Regardless to how it sounds, once you let it go and you let it out, you know, when you cry as well and you release that emotion, the tension, stress, it just releases. You know, cry, pray, you know, feel how you're going to feel. You know, it is important to do that because building up tension, building up negative energy isn't going to do anything but eventually bite you in the ass. The 9th thing that I learned in 2022 was to cut off people, cut off things that aren't serving you any purpose and that aren't good for you. I got shown, well, let me backtrack. In 2021, I prayed a dangerous prayer. Probably the most fastest prayer that God will ever answer in life ever. If y'all, the real Christians, y'all know what prayer I'm probably about to say, is the removing people out of my life that serve me no purpose. When you pray that prayer to God, he wastes no time. He wastes no freaking time. He wastes no time. I prayed that prayer, and you know, at first, you know, looking back on it and reflecting it, I'm like, oh, he gave me the opportunity to cut these people off, and he would show me so many times that these people needed to be cut off. It would be so small as to, like, you know, I would want to do this with my life and they wouldn't want to do that. Like, their life goals, their morals, you know, the things that they wanted for themselves, it was just not in alignment with me. And it's just like, me being the person that I am, you know, it's very hard for me to cut people off because I am the potential person, and that's the thing that's going to screw me over every time, because it's good to see potential, but you know, you can't force or squeeze the potential out of a person. And I was trying my hardest to do that with so many people, and baby, when I tell y'all, God rocked my world a couple times. Yeah, he definitely did. So when you pray that prayer, or even if you don't pray that prayer, still, you gotta start analyzing your friends now. I want to have good friendships. I want to have friends that I've known for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Like, you know, I want to have lifelong friends. You know, I'm tired of running through friends, and I know it's not easy, you know, getting those sets of friends, but it's easier when you cut off the ones that you don't need. It makes room for the ones that are supposed to be there. We have to start surrounding ourselves around people that align with what we want to do. We have no room for people that don't align with our lives, because all it would do is just drag us down and keep us at the same level that they are. They don't want to see you doing better. You gotta want to do better, period. The 10th thing that I learned in 2022 was to stay in your lane. Everybody is on the fast track to success right now. Everybody is. I stay in the land of hustlers, the land of talent, the land of entertainment, the land of music, the land of movies. No, it's not LA, it's Atlanta, Black Hollywood. So where I'm at, everybody is on the come up. Everybody's trying to do everything. And you know, being in college, you know, I'm talking to my classmates and fellow friends, and it's just like we're all on that fast track to success. And you know, after grad life, it's just like you see everybody else doing this and doing that. A lot of my friends are pregnant, they're having babies, they're getting married, you know, all the whole things. And it's just like you be sitting there and you be like, dang, like, when is my time? Or you know, you may see somebody get a job, or you know, you may think that this person is elevating and you know, just getting a quick fast scheme, and it's not even that. You know, don't ever try to compare your life to someone else's, because you do not know what that person had to go through or has gone through to get to where they are. You do not know. You do not know. Everybody has a story behind the places that they get to, and you create your own story. Stay in your own lane. It's okay. Your timing is your timing, and it's okay if somebody else has their time before yours. You don't know what your course of action may be. You know, you just don't know. You just don't know. So stay in your lane. Don't stress. Keep trying, keep going, and keep accelerating and elevating, and you are going to have whatever your heart's desires, period. The 11th thing that I learned in 2022, drum roll please, is to set boundaries and stand firm on them. I cannot stress this enough. I set boundaries in my head so many times in 2022, and I just completely, you know, I will go around my own boundaries. So if me as a person cannot stick to my own boundaries, how can somebody else stick to my boundaries? Please have boundaries. Don't let a man sweet talk you. Don't let your friends try to change your way of thinking, or, you know, how you feel about something. Don't let nobody change how you thinking and how you moving and what you doing. If you feel uncomfortable doing something, don't do it. Like, it's just that simple. You know, don't be a people pleaser. Do not be a people pleaser. Whatever you believe in, whatever is going to keep you comfortable, whatever is going to keep your mental in place, whatever is going to bring you peace, set a boundary in place to keep that aura going, to keep that positive energy going, to keep that healthy mindset and healthy environment going. The 12th thing that I learned is it is okay to feel your emotions. It is okay. And you know, we live in a generation now where people love to suppress their emotions. I was dealing with someone who suppressed their emotions, and he would project and reflect his insecurities onto me, and I would start acting like him. I started not handling my emotions. I started shutting down, and you know, I'm breaking out of that currently right now. Don't stay in that emotion very long. Don't do it. Whether if you're angry, don't stay angry for a long time. And this is coming from somebody who is a grudge holder or used to be a grudge holder. You know, I'm trying to break out of that cycle now, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job, because yes, I still get angry and sad and depressed with certain things, but you have to think, being heavy in this emotion, how is it conducive? What is it doing for you? What positive things is it bringing to you? You mad at this person, they over there living their life. They're living their life. You're over here dwelling and sad about a boy, they're living their life. Like, everybody is living their life. Take your time, heal from it. The 13th thing that I learned in 2022 is that it is very important to self-care. That's like the #1 thing that we should be doing for ourselves. However self-care is for you, getting your hair done, getting your eyebrows done, keeping up with your nails and feet, you know, watching your favorite TV show, perfecting a craft, like literally anything. Like, it doesn't always have to be like a facial or massage, anything like that. It can be, but it doesn't always have to be. It can be something to stimulate your mind, something that makes you happy. Whatever it is that's going to keep you in a peaceful mindset, do that. Some things that I do for self-care: watching my favorite TV shows, just staying inside, sometimes not going out, that is self-care to me. Going to Target, going to Walmart, going grocery shopping, running errands, that is self-care to me. I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning about things that I like to do and that I want to do. So that is going to be added to the list going into 2023. But prioritize keeping yourself in the best environment, in your best self as much as you can, because that's conducive. That is being conducive to your growth. It's being conducive to elevation. It's going to make you motivated to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. So work hard, but take care of yourself even harder. The 14th thing that I learned is that going to therapy is not bad. And I know black people, some black parents, they say,
Go to church and go pray about it. Da, da, da.
and yes, that is very true. That is very true. Pray about it. But sometimes you need a therapist. We black people need therapy. You need to talk to somebody about how you feel. A professional. You know, sometimes it's not always good to talk to your mom or your parents or your friends or your significant other. Like, sometimes you need to talk to somebody that has no idea what's going on. And you have to be truthful when you go to therapy. That's the whole thing I want to say throughout the whole video. You have to be truthful. in any and everything that you do, or you're never gonna get anywhere. You're never gonna get anywhere. There's no point of spending tons amount of money if you're gonna go to therapy and lie and sugarcoat and try to make yourself seem like a victim or anything like that. Like, no, go to therapy, tell the truth, feel how you feel. Me and my therapist, we locked in. We locked in. I could call her right now, text her right now and say, I need a session at 8:15 at night, and she'll do it. I've learned so much in therapy, a lot of reflecting, a lot of relationships have been, you know, trying to heal themselves with therapy. You don't have to even go every day. You can go once a month, you know, whatever you can afford or whatever you feel is necessary. Some people feel they need to go every day. Some people feel that they need to go twice a week, every month. You know, I don't know your situation, but seek therapy. Try it out, you know, don't knock it till you try it. The 15th thing that I learned in 2022 was to be the friend that you want to be. I've had a roller coaster since the end of 2021 up until this point with friendships. You can't be wanting all of these things out of a friend or a significant other, and you're not even putting in the work to be that person or to, you know, do the things that you would want that other person to do. Like, that really irks me. I hear so many times with different groups of friends, you know, this person didn't do that to me, and they don't do this for me, and da 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 da. And I'll look at them and I'll look at their friendship with me sometimes, and I'm just like, but you don't even do that to me. Or I look at how they treat their other friends, and I'm just like, how could you ask and want something from another person that you can't even offer any of your other friends? Like, it just don't make sense to me. It was never making sense. It was never giving that. It was never giving that. It's just giving really hypocritical. Be the friend that you want to be, and you're going to start attracting the people that are like you, that have the same vibes and have the same energy as you. And don't be surprised if you're a bad friend and you keep surrounding yourselves with bad friends. I want lifelong friends that I could call at 2 o'clock in the morning if something go down and they 10 toes behind whatever needs to be done at that time. This generation is so grimy and sneaky and dirty, and it's just like, I'm just ready for my real friends. You know, I'm very strict on my friendships now, and I know what I want in a friend, and you know, I'm still working on being a better friend. So yes, me being self-aware in my friendships was a big thing that I learned in 2022 that goes back up to the point, one of the first points that I said. So definitely took the time to analyze my friendships, and I know the kind of friend I want, so I'm going to strive to be a better friend myself. The 16th thing that I learned in 2022 was to trust God and his timing. You have to stay prayed up, and you have to go after what you want, but do not rush it, because if you rush it, you're gonna end up in a situation that's gonna sit you back like 10 more steps, and you're gonna be in a rut, and it's just gonna be a disappointment, and it's just gonna bring on a whole bunch of things that you don't even want. Know that everything is going to go good for you, and just wait it out, thug it out. You're gonna have your moment, best believe it. The 17th thing that I learned in 2022 was try and explore new hobbies. I would say solo dates, go out by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Take yourself out, do what you want to do. I love going out by myself. Like I said, I love running errands by myself. I can think clearly, I can do what I want. Everything is on my time. It's just giving yes ma'am. I found that I like to color. Yeah, call me a big kid. Call me a big kid. I like to color. It's very peaceful. You know, I put on my music. I found that I like to clean as well. When I'm bored, I'll clean up. I am putting more time into my craft of content creating and editing, and you know, even moving beyond YouTube and TikTok and all the social media and things of that sort. Getting new interests, painting, going to different restaurants, you know, seeing your hometown, wherever you may be from, going to go see local attractions. You know, we be on TikTok all the time, and you know, TikTok is based off where you live. Like, so you know, search for things to do in your town, search for things that you can do, you know. Just find new things that fit you. That's a part of getting to know yourself. The 18th thing that I learned in 2022 is do what feels right and do what makes you happy. I definitely in prior years to this point, I was a people pleaser I wanted to give everybody what they wanted, and I never did what I wanted to do. You know, I would be heavily persuaded by family. I'd be heavily persuaded by friends, you know, doing things that I personally didn't feel comfortable with just to make someone else happy. You know, I thought that was okay. I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm making the other person happy, or, you know, I'm doing it because that's what they want me to do, and da 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 da. And no, your happiness is just as important as anybody else's. Don't let nobody try to humble you or try to make you feel like how you feel and your happiness and your emotion and your boundaries and everything else is not important, because it is. And now, you know, anything that I don't want to do, I don't. If I don't want to stay at work, I'm leaving. If I don't feel like going outside, I'm not going. If I feel like I want to cut all my hair off tomorrow, then I'm gonna do it. Like, you know, whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. Be responsible with the choices that you make, but in the same token, you know, do live. We only live once, so live like Larry. Be responsible, be safe, but do what makes you happy and what feels right and what feels comfortable to you. The 18th thing that I learned in 2022 is don't speak on moves until they are finished. Let me tell y'all, so many times I open my mouth about things and it never happened, or it happened later. Don't speak on anything serious until it happens, because there are weirdos out here that prey on your downfall. There are jealous dudes and females that will prey on your downfall, like, you know, and you don't know if what you're doing is gonna happen. Anything can happen. God can change your situation in a blink of an eye, at the snap of a finger, at the of a breath. Now you just told all of these people what you had going on, and it's not even gonna happen. Talk about it with the people that needs to be talked about, whoever's involved in it. But, you know, outside sources, you know, they could, you know, try to tell you to not do it. They could, you know, alter your mindset. Don't go on social media. Sometimes you may not even be able to tell your best friend. Like, keep certain moves silent. You know, sometimes you gotta give a little shock value. Sometimes you just gotta show people, like,
Yeah, I did that.
you know, it's always better to pop out, in my opinion. I love throwing people off their game.
Yeah, Eenie, no, Eenie sick. Coming, my boy. Yeah.
The 20th thing that I learned in 2022, educate yourself on friendships and relationships. I looked at relationships from a biblical standpoint. I've learned what a man needs. I learned what a woman needs. I've learned what it takes to build a family. I've learned like the basis of how to communicate in relationships. I learned that relationships are not easy. I mean, that's just, obviously that's an obvious thing, but I learned it on a deeper level. People are not gonna make excuses for what they want. Friendship or relationship, they ain't gonna make excuses and they gonna go get it. Know what type of relationships that you want. Know what type of man or woman you want. Know what type of friendships you want. Educate yourself on that. When I say educate, I don't mean, you know, going on TikTok. Please leave that in 2022. Stop listening to these people with podcasts. Stop listening to these bitter women. Stop listening to these bitter, insecure men. What I learned is, and I'm gonna spill the tea real fast, and everybody should know this because it's not rocket science. Every relationship is different. Every person that you meet is different, and it's going to require you to do certain things different from prior relationships or the next relationship, platonic or romantic, because people are different. When you meet one person, you meet them in a season that you're in. When you meet the next person, you're in a different season, and it's okay to change. That is a 20-second thing that I've learned in 2022, to learn that it's okay to change. You know, every year, if you want to change who you are, that is okay. It's not being fake, it's not being phony, it's not switching up. But every year, I feel like you should be changing. If you aren't changing, then what are you doing? Your mental should be changing. You should be growing wiser. You should be growing more knowledgeable. You should be learning from your mistakes. You should know yourself. You should know what you want. You should know what you want to do. Like, it's supposed, and I'm not saying learn it all in one sitting, but as the years go on, as months go on, weeks go on, days go on, you need to be strengthening your mind. You need to be doing what needs to be done, like to fix you, to change you, learning you, going into a different chapter. It's okay to change your environment of friends. It's okay to change the way you talk. It's okay to change the way you walk. If you want to reinvent yourself, that is okay. If you're not happy with the person that you are, change it. It's okay to do that, and don't let nobody ever tell you that it's not. People that tell you that it's not okay to change, they've been acting the same way since they were 15 and they're 45. Where's the growth? Where's the development? Where is it at? Where is it at? Because it ain't here. It is not here. Change is great. Change is growth. Change is elevation. But make sure you're changing in the right ways and not the wrong way. And never ever look back. Always stay forward and be positive. You can achieve and get whatever you want with consistency, discipline, and passion. So many times I didn't think I was going to be able to prop this camera up. Backtrack, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get this camera. I would see YouTubers with this G7X and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get this till this time and that. But I was passionate about this camera. I knew what I wanted. I sat there, I did the cost for it, I did all of that, and I said, I'm going to get this camera. And look where we are. Even with my YouTube channel, I said so many times I was going to do this YouTube channel. I had to grow some discipline, I had to grow some consistency, and I had to see that the life that I was living ain't the life that I want to continue to live. So what am I going to do to change it? Grow that disciplined mind. The life that you want, the life that you see for yourself, envision it and do whatever you need to do to get to it. Every day is not going to be a good day, but discipline gonna make you get up and go do it. Do everything when you don't feel like it. I didn't feel like shooting this video today. I've been out all day. But I say, you know what? I'm gonna get this ring light, I'm gonna get this camera, and we're gonna shoot. We're gonna make a video. Why? Because I'm dedicated to this channel. So mark my words, this video, I don't know what the timestamp is, but mark my words, yes, we're gonna be successful from 2023 and on. Period. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from this video. Even if you don't take heed to everything, I just hope you take heed to at least one thing. Learn from the mistakes that I made and give you some advice based off what I went through this last year. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like it here, I hope you love it here, y'all. Stay safe. Be good. Have a happy new year. So I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.